Yes, now executive at the state level. In India, we have adopted the same pattern of the government in the states as we have at the central level. In previous classes, you have already studied about the local self-government in rural and urban areas. Now, let us now learn about the executive under the state government. Whatever the executives in state government, the first one is governor. Our constitution states that the head of the state is the government. But in reality, but in reality, the governor is only the nominal head of the executive. The real head of the executive is the chief minister, who is assisted by the council of ministers. The governor is appointed by the President of India on the advice of the Union government, that is known as central government, for a normal term of 5 years. He or she holds office at the pleasure of the President. Qualification: he is also considered as the representative of the President in the states. Qualification of the government: the governor must be a citizen of India. He must have completed 35 years of age and must not hold any office of profit nor be a member of the parliament or state legislature. Whatever the powers and functions of the governor, that are, a governor appoints the leader of the majority party in the state legislative assembly as the chief minister. The governor appoints the other ministers of the state council on the advice of the chief minister. The governor makes all appointments to the high offices, including the chairman and members of the State Public Service Commission and the Advocate General. The governor recommends the state annual budget before it is presented in the state legislative assembly as a discretionary power. When no single party gets a clear majority in the assembly elections, the governor can use his her discretion in appointing the chief minister. The governor has the power to summon and dissolve the legislative assembly on the recommendation of the chief minister. The second personality is the chief minister. The chief minister performs the same function in a state that the prime minister performs at the center. After elections, the leader of the party that has won a majority of votes is invited by the government to form the government. If there is no clear majority, a group of parties may join together to form a coalition government. The leader they choose is made the chief minister. After that, the chief minister advises the governor in the appointment of the council of ministers. The governor administers the oath of the office to them. Ministers at state level. There are three categories of ministers at the state level: cabinet minister, ministers of states, and deputy ministers. Cabinet ministers hold charge of different portfolios and may be assisted by the ministers of states or deputy ministers. The cabinet makes all important decisions. Thereafter, powers of chief minister. It is given point wise. The first power is The Chief Minister presides over the cabinet meetings and takes stock of the administration of all the departments. Any difference among the ministers is sorted out in this meeting. Though the budget is prepared by the finance minister, the cabinet determines the principles of budget in consultation with the finance minister. The views of the chief minister are taken as final in the cabinet to go with the council of ministers. She communicate The chief minister communicates the government policies to the people with the help of the press and other media exposures. The chief minister also maintains the relation between state legislature, the council of ministers and the governor. After that, functions of state legislature. There are so many functions performed by the state legislature. One of the most important function of the legislature at the state level is to make laws on the subject that are included in the state list. Now there is a question: how how are laws made? The proposal to make a law is presented in the form of a bill in the legislature. Bills introduced in the legislature are discussed, debated, and voted upon. There are two kinds of bills: ordinary bills and money bills. Ordinary bills can be introduced in either the upper house or the lower house. When a bill is tabled, it is discussed and debated upon. If it is passed in the Vidhan Sabha by a majority, it is then sent to Vidhan Parishad. The Vidhan Parishad cannot keep the bill for more than 6 months. If either of the houses rejects the bill or the suggestions made, it results in a deadlock. In such a situation, a joint session is called by the governor and the bill is put to vote. Being numerically stronger, the Vidhan Sabha holds an advantage. Once a bill has been passed, it is sent to the governor for his or signature. Money bill. And a money bill is a bill that is related to money and finance. A money bill can be introduced in the Vidhan Sabha only. It cannot be sent to the Vidhan Parishad. After the bill is passed, it is sent to Vidhan Parishad for only recommendations. After the bill has been passed by both the houses, it is sent to the governor for his approval. So beta, thank you. This chapter is over, and the explanation of civics half yearly portion is also over. On the next day, I will give you the solutions of this chapter. Thank you.